Kenny, I know Coach mentioned that you guys might scrimmage a little bit more today, get after it. Is that what ended up happening, and how'd
Uh,
it go?
yes, we did end up getting out there today. It went great. Each and every day, it's a great process. Still got a lot, to put in place, and fix. But each day we're getting better.
You didn't play in that second preseason game. A few vets sat out that night, but going back to that first preseason game and a couple weeks of practice, a couple scrimmages, what do you think you've learned? What has stood out about this team now that you've been around them for an extended period of time in practice and here?
The toughness. Everybody, have that grit, that toughness, that grind. We want to get after it, and everybody just want to hoop. Everybody want to win, and it's a great group to be around. Even though they young guys, everybody want to win. Everybody is learning to sacrifice for each other, and be that teammate, that brother for each other. And I think that's getting better. At each and every day we talk to each other, come in here and work with each other.
What did you learn about sitting and watching Wednesday's game from the bench? Obviously, a lot of these guys kind of talked to you of being like a learning voice to learn from. What did you see when you were watching the game Wednesday?
Uh, just a lot of growth. Jet, man, was great. He played well. Now we all played well. Just to start that first half off, and seen a lot of growth from just the time we've been practicing together, and then just going to play a game. And other than that, man, I just see us, getting better each and every day. But the young group is great. Like I said earlier, we want to win, and we want to do it together.
You've been through preseason before. Do you get a sense in preseason how things are going and whether you guys are kind of trending toward being ready for the regular season, kind of that regular season intensity?
Yeah, we'll be ready. No, we show it each and every day here, competing against each other. And then like the two preseason games we had, just to get us going against other opponents, getting up and going down like a game set. But I think we'll be ready come the start of the season. And like I said earlier, a lot of stuff we just putting in and new to us, especially to me. And I think each and every day is a learning process, and we're learning on the go. But it's great for us. We're just getting better.
Can you share some of your thoughts on the circle meeting? Was that a culture thing, accountability thing?
Circle meeting, which
Right here.
oh no, that's just we bring it up. We talk about we give ourselves a grade, how we practice on our team performance. It's not an individual performance unless coach asks that person. But overall, it's just about how the team perform. How can we get better? What did we did least? What did we do the most? So a lot of stuff we just practicing and we learning on the go, and coming in that circle and talking about it builds our communication, which is another key part of us winning.
What's your relationship been like with Jalen? Obviously, I think a lot of excitement for what you can bring defensively. What's the relationship been like on the court and off the court?
It's been pretty close, especially on the court. I gotta get him, hang out with him off the court and starting. When the season starts or whenever we can get that chance. For me, I know it's probably easier for him, but I have the kids. But for us on the court, we gelling right now. He want to learn from me, and I want to learn how he plays defense out here. So just a lot of mistakes have happened within practice. A few in the games that we played together, but that's an easy fix for us. Just coming together, communicating, which is one of our big key factors, and just learning each other. I think we're going to be great once we have that communication on and off the court.
A lot of guys have kind of said that they've turned to you for some guidance, or you hold some guys aside to kind of teach them or give them some pointers. Are you finding it that guys are really receptive to that, or are you finding it very easy to kind of talk to the guys and give them that knowledge?
I'm finding it very easy. Like them, for me, I love to talk. If you're going to ask me anything, if I have the answer, or if I don't have the answer, I try to give you how I feel about it or my opinion. But I love how they come to me and ask me questions, and just to get the knowledge. And I'm enjoying it. Like that's what I do. I love to talk, and just give my teammates a knowledge on like how to navigate through the league or whatever type of question they ask me, offense, defense, what they see or what I see, and that also helps build our communication as a team.
You mentioned Jet Howard earlier, but what stood out to you about Anthony Black, another young guard?
Great. Man, he's the dog. I like his competitiveness. The way he's approached the game. He's doing great learning in practice, and then carry it over to the game. For him, just got to stay solid. As that point guard, you got to be able to run the team, run the show, and put people in place. And that's what he's learning now, and he's doing great at it. From just us implementing it to him, and then him throwing it into practice, it's been great. He's getting his teammates, in position, making the right reads, and also he can just score the ball.
Everybody good?
Thank y'all.
Appreciate it.
Good.
Jalen, as Kenny mentioned, you guys got after it, scrimmage a lot today. How'd that go from your perspective?
I thought it was great. Every day we go at it. You think it's a regular season game, 81, fighting for a playoff spot. And I love that about this group. So it was great to get in here today, go at it. Competitiveness was high, talking back and forth, close game. Get to work on those end of game scenarios and different situations. So it was amazing just to get in here, go against each other, see guys work on different things, and just have another day of growth.
What has surprised you about playing alongside Contavious Caldwell-Pope, and anything stood out to you that maybe you didn't know about him before?
That's a great human being. Literally just a great human being. We've been in here for about a little over 2.5 weeks now, and he's been nothing but a great dude. He's taught. He hasn't complained one time about anything that's going on. He's kept a positive mindset about everything that's gone on. He's shared the ball. He's cut. He's done dirty work. He's played defense. He's shared insight. I don't have a negative to share about him, to be honest. It hasn't been perfect. We haven't played perfect basketball, neither him or I, but we've gotten better. You can't ask for that more. And we've had great times. We've laughed together. We've smiled. So, Kenny's a great guy. I'm excited to share more moments and grow closer to him.
Obviously, we've played one preseason game and you've done a lot more in practice with him. Do you see the potential of what you guys can do defensively? And then you guys talk about kind of how you guys can play off each other on the defensive and the same way on the offensive end?
Absolutely. It's the hard part about this early is kind of got to balance, how much weight you put on, certain practice scenarios, certain games, and how perfect things are and how non-perfect things are. And so, it's been a bit tough. Like I said, it hasn't been perfect so far, but me and Kenny have been talking throughout everything, about everything. And that's been my favorite part, is our growth through everything, our constant communication, and we're staying on one accord. So from that perspective, I'm super excited about where we can go, just because of how connected we are. When you have that line of communication and that respect from two individuals, I think the sky's the limit. So just excited to see where we can grow as we continue to, sharpen things up and, get into the flow of the season.
You mentioned a couple times into the season, you and Jamal kind of having a really tight relationship, and you guys being able to really kind of communicate about whatever. Having a couple of games, putting Phillips back on, having some practice time now. What's that been like for you?
It's been amazing. He pulls me to the side during scrimmages. He pulls me to the side during practice. I go to him during games, during dead balls and timeouts. Again, when you have those lines of communication, it opens things up for growth. He's sharing what he sees, with me. I'm sharing what I see with him. And it's not disrespect. It's not talking back from either end. It's really just sharing knowledge. And from that perspective, we're both growing as people and as players and coaches. And, I've loved it so far. I've loved how we've grown. I loved how I'm growing as a human and as a basketball player. And I'm really excited to continue using this year, for what it is. And, using Mose for what he is, a father figure, a great human being, and one of the best coaches in the league.
When you guys circle up and get to talk, share your feelings or whatever, is that good culture building, accountability, all rolled into one? What was that like out there?
It's everything. This is such an open space. And when you have an open space where everybody can be their pure self, exactly who they are, share their natural and pure thoughts, feelings, emotions. It creates a workplace and a work environment that creates so much creativity, authenticity, and growth. And I think that's where everybody is at right now. You see the growth and maturity steps that AB has taken in the camp that he's having. He looks amazing. Jet looks amazing. He's playing great basketball. Everybody is really taking a step up, and we're talking about things and having conversations that we weren't having last year. And that's really all that you want to see. When you bring back the same group of people, from last year, you add in small pieces, Kojo and KCP, but this is the same group we had last year. You bring in Trish as well. All you want to see is continued growth. From a personality standpoint, and that's all those are is us taking, that next step in that. And Kojo and KCP, I think, have been a great addition in that. Helping us talk, helping us open that up, and we're embracing that. So, I think that's all that is.
You've been through a couple preseasons already in your career. Do you feel like you know how to make sure you're ready for the regular season? You kind of know how to pace yourself and make sure you're kind of in that mindset or getting what you need done before the season starts?
Yeah, absolutely. I think maturity is a great word. Not to say I don't got more maturity to gain, but just understanding, again, like you said, what I need to do to get ready for, when that first game comes, for when the first tip-off is getting ready to be thrown in the air. I'm in the right mind space, right physical space to come out, perform, and now get in a role of getting wins, performing at a high level when games really matter, they really count, and you can't get them back. Stats aren't resetting, wins and losses aren't resetting, and things like that. So, I think I'm in a great spot. We're all in a great spot. And honestly, I'm ready to get going. The preseason's been great. We're growing a lot, but I'm ready to play.
You mentioned this being kind of an open and comfortable space with everything that's going on this preseason, whether it's position change, contract negotiations, whatever. How much are you leaning on your teammates throughout this time?
A ton. I mean, I love them to death. I know that they love me. So no matter what's going on, bad practice, good practice, no contract, I know they love me. I know my family loves me. I know the coaches love me. That's all I care about. The rest will come in due time. When God says it's time, for that to come my way. But, until then, I'm leaning on them. I'm leaning on my work and enjoying the process.
Thanks, Jet.
CA.
Coach, the guys said they got after it a bit more today.
Yes.
Scrimmage, how do you like the competitiveness level and what you saw today?
That's going to be, it's always been our calling card that we're going to compete night in and night out. And today was about the highest form of it that we've had in our training camp. And it was great to see the banter back and forth, the high level of communication back and forth, guys getting after it, picking up full court. All the things that you talk about us being and doing, they represented that very well today in practice.
What surprised you about Kenny, maybe if anything at all, through the first couple of weeks of practice, now that you've gone through a preseason games and scrimmages with him? What if maybe anything you've learned that you didn't know before?
He's more vocal, than you realize. Obviously, watching him from afar, you just, sprinting to the corner, knocking shots down, guarding at a high level defensively. But
he's done a great job of communicating with each one of these guys as he's out there, bringing, like you saw as we ended the practice today, he brought the huddle in. And I think those are big pieces of growth for our group, you know, as he can lead from his voice, but he also leads from just sheer experience.
This gap in between games, has it been a plus or a minus?
Well, until we play our next game, I'm gonna tell you it's a plus right now, because we're, you know, walking in healthy, and our guys feel good about competing against each other every day.
Talk to you a lot about the relationship that you and Jalen have, and you guys pulling each other aside a little bit. Kind of just having that open line of communication throughout those instances. What have you kind of learned about him as a person, as a player? I know you guys have been around each other a lot, but specifically this year.
Well, just watching him grow has been fantastic. There was a situation today that actually happened. We're running a play, we run it twice, Paulo scores twice. Jalen comes down, recognizes that, and says, okay, he could have taken the shot, but he recognized that Paulo had it going, and so he gets right back to the action, and come to find out, Paulo makes the right play, kicks it back out to him, he knocks down a three. So his ability to recognize what's happening in the flow of the game has been just tremendous since the start of training camp to now.
What have you seen from the duo of Kenny and Jalen together? I know a lot of people, I know you're probably very excited about it. We've only seen it in one preseason game so far. What do you see, how do you see those two kind of bonding and coming together as a backcourt?
Well, they're doing a great job communicating to one another, you know, how they're switching, when they're switching, who's picking up the ball full court, what coverages we need to be in, and they're aggressive. They're aggressive on the ball. I mean, I'm telling you, Jalen's been picking up full court this entire time, and I think those are the key pieces of, you know, he's the head of our defense. He starts it, and then you got to figure out, you know, Kenny's coming to the other side of it, and they just take turns, and that's what I think is beautiful about them and how they're playing off of each other.
How's Wendell doing?
He's doing good. He was able to go through some live stuff today.
A bit more work.
Yes.
Do you anticipate him being able to play Friday night if you have right now?
I'm not going to make a guess because I'm not in the medical, but at the end of the day, I would say that we'll see how he responds to the rest of the treatment for these next couple days, and we'll go from there.
What do you want to see Friday? Are there things you've been wanting to look at that you haven't yet?
Well, we're going to continue to look at the different combinations. I think that's going to be very important for us because of how deep we are as a team. I think being able to see different guys with different guys in the lineup, and I think that's going to be very important for us as we move forward. Then the other side of it is, because we've been just practicing against each other, what that looks like real time in a game with the conditioning level as well, because it's always good to get up and down and run back and forth, but now being able to see what that's like in the game and what our conditioning level really is.
You mentioned the scrimmaging. How much stock do you put into takeaways of your defense versus your offense going against one another?
Well, you know, in my mind, the defense is always ahead of the offense in a lot of ways, but lately it's been, you know, it's kind of balancing itself out. The guys are really picking up on the things that we're placing in for them offensively, and then defensively they know what's coming. And so our ability to score against a top 5 defense is really giving our offense a great opportunity at some tough looks and the shots you're going to have to make and the shots you're going to have to take.
Said it was an intense practice. How's everyone, you know, besides Wendell, obviously, how's everyone's health coming into the hospital?
If I'm standing over there smiling, so everybody made it through well.
Thanks, Ed.
Thank you guys. Appreciate it.